Hello everybody and welcome back to Red Eagle Politics. Make sure you guys like this video down below and subscribe to the channel if you are new. So we had a special election on Saturday. It was actually technically a runoff, but I think you could put that in the special election category just because it's an election that is taking place that not a lot of people really knew about, and we understand that turnout is going to be lower. So you can categorize that the same way that you can categorize a special election. And Democrats, for the longest time, they said Republicans are really struggling in these special elections. And while the problem itself was a little bit overblown, there definitely was a grain of truth to that. And that grain of truth was the fact that Republicans are the low propensity party now. Now, Democrats claim that, because special elections were favoring Democrats more than one would expect during a Biden presidency, that Trump was screwed. Those people were wrong. They were proven wrong. But still, Republicans, they may be turning the corner, because you look at what took place on Saturday. They flipped a mayoral seat of a parish, which is their county equivalents in Louisiana. They flipped the parish of East Baton Rouge in Louisiana, and that was a massive upset. That was not supposed to happen, and we're going to get into a little bit of what went down and why this is a good sign for things to come. But really quickly, guys, I have to tell you guys about our merch store, because the Christmas sale continues. You can get up to 30% off this week only, and we have our huge Black Friday sale. We've extended it, kinda. You can buy one, you can get 30% off. Discount can be applied to multiple items. Items can be mixed and matched. We have all these epic designs. We got the coffee mugs. We got the new coffee mugs. We got the election map unburdened by what has been mug. And we also got the ornament, which is on sale. And we have all these epic designs, including the old designs and then some. We have mugs, ornaments, t-shirts, hoodies, crewneck sweatshirts, long sleeve tees, blankets, posters, wrapping paper, scented candles, and hats. And we have 66 5-star reviews. A lot of people buy the merchandise to support the channel, but they end up loving it because it is high quality stuff. And I will tell you guys, at least go check out the merch store when you're done watching the video. You don't have to buy anything, but I recommend browsing because we have a lot of selections, and I think a lot of you guys will like a lot of what we have. So make sure you visit the merch store. The link will be in the description and pinned comment down below. But Republicans in a special election flipping a special election seat, that's not something you usually see. It's not something we've seen, but it kind of proves that Democrats are demoralized. And this was not an election that was like, it was a 1% overperformance. No, Donald Trump lost this exact jurisdiction in 2024 even. He did better, but he lost it. But still, Republicans with lower turnout in an election, they went out there and did the unthinkable over the past few years. They actually overperformed. We talk about the energy factor. They were kind of overperforming a lot in 2021 and early 2022. Then Dobbs happened, the energy factor kind of switched. And now this loss for the Democrats has demoralized them so much that people aren't showing up. Again, you look at East Baton Rouge. Donald Trump, in 2020, he lost it by over 13 points. And this was a jurisdiction that has been kind of moving to the left. It is true that McCain almost won it. Bush won it in 2004 and 2000. But then Romney, he lost it by 5. And then Trump ended up losing it by around 9, and then he lost it by what looks to be 13, and then he ended up losing it by just a little bit over 11. So marginal improvement there, but you can see it's kind of trending to the left overall. This exact jurisdiction where the election was held, this is not a place where you would anticipate a lot of Republicans to go out there, especially because it's where LSU's campus is, Louisiana State University, which is obviously a college town, maybe not as liberal as some of these other college towns that we see across the country, but still relatively liberal. And we know how some of these demographics and some of these places have been moving in recent years. And we understand that the high propensity demographic is typically the college-educated voter, but it didn't matter. Republicans ended up winning by 8 points. That's like a 20% improvement from even just a month ago on November 5th, little bit over a month ago, when Donald Trump, he had a marginal improvement. So already you see Republicans going out there. They have the energy factor. Now, will that continue when Donald Trump is in the White House? It's possible. Trump needs to remain popular. You have usually a honeymoon period. Trump never really got a big one. This time he's actually getting one. We'll see if that's sustainable. But it's just important that Republicans are able to enact his agenda, not step on any third rails. We see people talking about Social Security again. Donald Trump is not for that, but some of these people think that that's like a winning issue. It's not something you talk about. That is electoral poison, electoral cancer. Is it true that Social Security is broken? Yeah, in a certain way, there's a case to be made that some reform may be necessary at some point, but people got to play the game they're in. They really do. And when it comes down to this stuff for 2026, the midterms that are going to be coming up, if Republicans want to hold the House and expand their Senate majority, which I think both of those things are at least on the table, then they need to be rallying behind Donald Trump's agenda, because Donald Trump's agenda is wildly popular. The problem is a lot of Republicans, they don't exactly go along with it at certain times. And as a result, Trump butts heads. We saw that with Paul Ryan in the House back in 2017. Obviously, you have much better leadership now, but is it perfect? No, definitely not. But that's beside the point. The one thing I will say is this is impressive, and it is true in terms of the point that I'm making regarding how Republicans are going to behave. There's a very good chance that if they can keep getting their act together and understand where the center of gravity is, what's going to energize voters to turn out for them, well, you're going to have more results like this if you keep demoralizing the left, because the left is not going to have anything to run on. Again, this guy was outspent too. Usually the special elections can partially be chalked up to the fact that the Republicans have been outspent, but this guy was outspent by a 60-8. So I guess you would say 30-4, 15-2, like almost 8-1 margin. So the fact that is what the spending was, but that was the result. It just proves that, the energy factor is really with the Republicans. They can, take this momentum ahead to 2021. You saw New Jersey get close. Republicans are going to, compete for that New Jersey governorship next year, maybe even try to hold Virginia. I don't know if that's going to happen. But is there a chance? Is it on the table? Yes, especially when you have an energy factor like this. Not only that, he beat the incumbent too. He beat the incumbent, which was absolutely huge, because usually incumbents are harder to knock off. There was nothing that was like extremely, from what I could tell, like scandal prone to the fact where people were expecting Edwards to win. So the fact that he went out there and won is a very good thing. And like I said, does it mean that this specific district, parish, whatever you want to call it, is going to vote for Republicans in the future? Maybe not. But the main takeaway is the fact that the energy factor being with the Republicans is huge. It's huge moving ahead to 2025, 2026, and beyond, especially because the Senate map is favorable, and even the governor's map is not really all that bad. You can flip Kansas, flip Arizona. I think they'll hold Nevada, hold Texas. I think they'll hold Georgia. And then Michigan is on the table for a flip, especially because you have Mike Duggan, the popular mayor of Detroit, running as an independent. And then you have Pete Buttigieg, who is essentially done a slow carpet bag across the Indiana-Michigan border. He wants to run on the Democrat side. He'll probably get the nomination. He might even come in third place to a Republican. We really have yet to see who's going to run on the Republican side. But either way, you're talking about this momentum. Yes, the pendulum does swing back. A lot of people will say that, oh, we had a great win. Doesn't mean we're going to have another one, but we have to have the mindset, no, we gotta keep pushing. We got to keep winning. We got to keep getting everybody involved, voting in every election, and keep registering voters. I don't care if it's the off season, like now's the time. And we see all of these reports that we get, like Nevada, Republicans are gaining a few thousand in the month after the election. Like every single possible state we look at. New Jersey Republicans are gaining. North Carolina, they're gaining. Pennsylvania, it looked like Democrats had like a dead cat bounce for a week, and then Republicans started to gain massively again there. So we just got to get these people out to vote. We got to keep the energy high where it is, because where the energy is dictates a lot of these more underrated election results. And we also have another opportunity to flip the Supreme Court into the conservative column, because technically they don't register by party, up in Wisconsin. That's going to be crucial. That's going to be taking place in the spring. If they do that, that would be huge in terms of Wisconsin and its possible status to become a red state or be solidified as one, or at least a right-leaning swing state. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching this video. Like this video down below, comment down below, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell for notifications so you never miss another video. Follow me on social media. The links are all in the description down below, and I will see you guys in the next one. Red Eagle, out.